seem to have women seem to have a history of childbearing over the age of 40. The thought being that if you can have children over age 40, your overall aging of your body is slow. The aging of your reproductive system is slow, so you're able to have children, so maybe the rest of your body will also be aging as slowly. 50% have a first degree relative who is elderly. And non-predictors, I was surprised, I have to say, the level of education and socioeconomic status. You know, you say, oh, look, you know, they have all the money in the world, they have all the time to indulge in exercise and healthy eating and all this kind of stuff. That doesn't seem to be. Religion, in the sense that doesn't, the Catholic or Protestant or Muslim doesn't seem to make a difference. Religion probably important in the sense of having a meaning to life, you know. Very much extremes of diet are also, no, that's a typo, I'm sorry. Extremes of diet are bad. People who starve themselves to eat, that's sorry, that's a typographical mistake. So again, genetics probably only 20%. There's diet, exercise, social network, what the role of drugs will be, resveratrol, antioxidants, growth hormone, testosterone, who knows, but there's a lot out there. Beware of the quick solutions. You ever hear of the American Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine? Sounds very scientific. Good marketing. It's nonsense. To become a member of the American Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine, you have to pay a yearly fee of $50. You know, there's no scientific basis for them. Again, beware of the cure-alls. The real breakthroughs will come in on a subcellular level. So this fellow who looks a little bit overbearing, but said, you know, he says, but he's very well known. You see him on Charlie Rose. If you go on the internet, look at Charlie Rose. He's often on Charlie Rose. He says, we should be able to live to 1,000. Well, it sounds crazy, but you know, if you think about it, between 1903 and the Wright brothers at Kitty Hawk to a man landing on the moon was only 66 years. Not much time, so that was possible. So what's healthy aging? You have to get up, you got to get dressed, hopefully your pants are not tight on you, you got to go somewhere, you got to go with somebody, you got to do something, and you really don't have to go for hours and hours and hours, but it's got to be somewhat focused, organized, some sort of balance between endurance, strength, flexibility. Don't smoke. And then you go for a nice dinner. Eat a little bit less. Eat what's in the Maimonides cookbook. It's actually very good stuff, you know. And then I promise you'll probably get a good night's sleep, you know, without a sleeping pill. So I think we have some time for some questions.
So what are the secrets of the Japanese? We know that they live longer, in average 83 years, I think.
Actually, Japan that used to be true. Now, as they've adopted a more and more Western kind of lifestyle, where there's McDonald's in Japan, it doesn't look like that's going to continue. This has been shown time and time again. People coming from these islands in the Pacific, moving to America, coming to New York, the good life. The parents and the grandparents live long lives, but the next generation is not doing so well. This remains to be seen. Actually, it's very important with the increasing prevalence of obesity now and diabetes in young people. I mean, you have children now, you know, with diabetes and obesity. It remains to be seen if that's going to continue.
Before you take any more questions, I want to thank you because I have another meeting and it's funny.
Is it the cookbook?
It's the cookbook.
I already have 10 copies. I give it out to everybody. Thank you.
But thank you so much.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you.
And there are a lot of healthy recipes
I
in
eat
there,
them.
as you said.
I eat them. Fry the salmon. Very good.
It's very good. So is the chicken.
The
And
chicken's
tilapia.
good too. The tilapia is good too.
The cake is another
Cake
story.
eat less of the cake.
But I'll let you take a few more questions,
Thank you.
but I have another meeting, so I
Thank
wanted
you.
to thank you, really.
Thank you, my
And
pleasure.
he'll be on YouTube because eventually we're going to post all our lectures with the link to our website, so it'll probably take a few weeks to get them up. But I wanted to thank Ruby and thank all of you for attending our 100th anniversary Mini-Med lecture series. It's been a pleasure to have you all here, and it was a great lecture.
Thank you.
And I'm going to try not to eat too much tonight.
Any questions? The worms, did you follow the worm story? It was very, very interesting. And they can quantify these things very precisely, how much they wiggle and how much they move. Changing one gene, you know. Okay, it's a long way from a worm to most of us, you know, but the concept is intriguing. You know, the concept itself is intriguing.
There's a question here. Okay, is testosterone only for men, or do women take it as well?
We don't even know if it's for men. So, no, honestly, no, it's not. It's certainly not for women. The predominant hormone, women do have testosterone, you're right, but far, far less than women. That's what separates the men from the boys, you know. But no, it's certainly not for women. We don't even know if it's for men, you know.
They don't use it for women for...
Not at all. Look, we don't, remember estrogen? I mean, estrogen was so common, everybody was taking estrogen. And then, you know, about 30 years later, we started to find out, you know what, there's some cancer, there's some heart disease, and it's not as simple as we thought it would be. When you start taking these things that affect every single cell of your body for a long-term basis, it's much trickier. There's no downside to getting out and exercising and lifting a bit of weights and stretching your muscles, going for a good walk. You know, that's all for the up and up. You know, the other thing, it's the quick solution that everybody is looking for, but it's not yet there. Far away from being there.
Can you ever overdo the exercise?
Of course you can. No. Again, I'm not being flippant about it. Of course, it has to be. And there's some very. Anybody here from the Golden Age? There's from the Cummings Center. The Cummings Center. Yeah. So they're very, very competent people there at the Cummings Center, at the Y, who know how to take people on a gradual kind of exercise scale. Look, there's no doubt about it. Your muscles and tendons are not at age 70 what they are at 20. You know, and you don't want to start tearing tendons and having injuries. But this work has been done, been reproduced in many, many centers. It is possible, and it is possible to get benefits from it. But yeah, it has to be, you know, carefully done. Maybe you can come back here later, okay.
Hi, so my question has to do with the toxins in our foods and the pesticides, and your opinion on how that's affecting our cells and organic food.
Yeah, organic food is a very good question. Nobody knows what organic is, by the way. There's no definition for what is organic. There's no scientific definition of exactly what constitutes organic. We think if we pay $4 for a tomato, you know, that it's organic and it's probably better for us than paying, 50 cents for a tomato. Well, these are very relevant questions. Do we really know the effects of all this Wi-Fi and all this other stuff? Who the heck knows? You know, can we control it? No, we can't control it. You know, time will tell, I guess. And sure, all the pesticides and other stuff that's in this food that we eat. Who knows? Relevant questions, but this is going to be very, very difficult to tease out. Time will tell, you know. But overall, life expectancy is increasing. Overall, even with all the horrible stuff we do to the environment, overall, life expectancy is increasing.
What would be your recommendation with regard to alcohol? On the one hand, the benefits of resveratrol and red wine are, being underscored. And on the other hand, when you were talking about sarcopenia, you said avoid smoking and alcohol.
Well, talking about lots of alcohol, talking about, having bottles of vodka and gin, talking about excessive amounts. Red wine, so what do people say now? To have 2 glasses a day of red wine is probably okay? Yeah, probably not bad.
Is it beneficial?
It's red wine, by the way, not white wine. It's red wine. Is it beneficial? Nobody knows for certainty, But again, this Dr. Kenyon, the one who's doing the worms, this is her work. And she drinks red wine every day.